North Dakota families and a pediatrician are asking a federal judge to lift a ban on transgender and non-binary health care for children. The lawsuit aims to declare North Dakota House Bill 1254 unconstitutional. That bill was signed by Governor Burgum last April.
It means doctors who perform sex reassignment surgery or other forms of gender-affirming care on minors could face prison time or fines. WDAY News reporter Mike McGurran joins us live to explain how the lives of one of the families named as plaintiffs in the lawsuit have been upended by state law. Mike.
Dana, Kirsten, at 4 today, we heard from lawyers at the press conference who argued the law violates the state's constitution by singling out trans children for unequal treatment. At 5, we focused on doctors who explained the law goes against what they describe as a medical consensus. Now we hear from a 12-year-old trans boy and his parents explaining why, despite the challenges the laws caused in their lives, they're staying in their home state and fighting.
And I want every other kid in North Dakota to have the same chance I've had to live their lives as they truly are. I don't think this is too much to ask. I wish our state lawmakers felt the same.
12-year-old Tate Dolney, flanked by his parents Devon and Robert, told his own story on how gender-affirming care helped him through his darkest moments.
The way I felt inside and the way the rest of the world saw me was so different, and it was painful. It was painful. All of that changed when I started getting the care I needed and living as my true self.
House Bill 1254 led to the Dolney family having to seek health care in Minnesota, care they used to be able to get in their home state. Devon says that care made a massive difference in Tate's life, allowing him to become who they think he was always meant to be.
He went from being ashamed and uncomfortable with who he is to being confident and outgoing. It would be an understatement to say that the change was dramatic. It was miraculous.
Robert says lawmakers who voted on House Bill 1254 aren't just discriminating against Tate, they're standing in the way of his rights as a parent.
But by passing this law, these politicians have intruded on our lives and inserted themselves into decisions that they have no business being involved in.
It led to the family considering a move to Minnesota. Last March, Governor Walz signed an executive order making the state a refuge for trans people fleeing their homes to seek transition-related care. But ultimately, the family says North Dakota is home, and they won't leave without a fight.
You know, we're born and raised here. North Dakota is our home. It's not right and it's not fair that our own state government is making us feel like we have to choose between the health and well-being of our child and our home.
I reached out to Governor Burgum for comment. His communication director says the governor doesn't typically comment on pending litigation, referring to a statement released when he signed House Bill 1254. It says in part, quote, going forward, thoughtful debate around these complex medical policies should demonstrate compassion and understanding for all North Dakota youth and their families. Reporting live for WDAY News, Mike McGurran.